Good evening, everybody. My name is Todd Scholl. I'm the lead learner at the Center for Educator Wellness and Learning at the SCEA. And tonight we are going to be talking about the SCEA and what we've got going on this year. We've got a lot going on, and we're really excited about everything we have planned for this year. If you are watching, look at the bottom of the screen. We would love to connect with you. Just go to the scea.org/YRO. And of course, if you're interested in joining, you can always join our movement at jointhescea.org. We've got several guests lined up for tonight, including Sherry East and all of our UniServe directors. And one of the goals of tonight is for everyone to get to know our president and our UniServe directors who help lead in different regions of the state. So without further ado, let's bring on Sherry East. Sherry, how are you doing tonight?
Hello, Todd. I'm doing just lovely, and thank you for hosting this great event tonight, and thank you to everyone who is watching our great event tonight.
You're welcome. I tell you what, Sherry, I don't know if you can feel the momentum, but I'm so excited about the growth we've seen at the SCEA over the past 2 years, and this past year has been a year of explosive growth. And what we've also seen is our members really taking ownership over the leadership of our organization, which is what we're all about, which is members like you leading our organization. So I want to give you the floor to just talk about, as we start the year, what your message is for educators across the state and what your goals are for the SCEA this year.
Okay, well, first I'm going to start with my pom-pom, my rah-rah. Back to school, because we were in so many school visits this month, actually 2 months. Back to school season has been expanded since we have went to the year-round school or the different school schedules, flexible schedules, modified schedules that we're seeing. So we've gotten to experience a lot of back to school momentum when we go back to school. And I've enjoyed every minute of hearing and seeing being out there with our educators. So I guess I would be remiss unless I gave my spiel on who is the SCA and why we are called the SCA and what our Delta Triangles mean, because it really is all about our members. And we have seen, you're right, an explosion in membership and an explosion in leadership, and we are ready to take it to the next level, which involves our members. So we are called the SCEA for a reason. The stands for us in our motto, not our motto, but our merger language, because in 1967, we merged the Black and White Teachers Associations to form one association in South Carolina, and they were called the SCA for a reason. The second part of our logo that's important to us is our triangles, and some people call those deltas, which if you teach math or science. And those stand for three things too, because it stands for our local, state, and national affiliations. So the three sides to the triangle. And it's really so important right now that we delve down into that local level, because we need to be focusing on local school board races, local superintendent meetings, local school board chair meetings, and those local that we are building stronger and stronger every day are important, and to move the work and to get the working conditions for our teachers that we need. And I called it Delta Square now because we have also started working the three levels of our student membership, our active membership, and our retired membership. So we go full circle with that. We will invite you into membership as a student member, even as a high school student or college student, and then we work our retirees to the bone. Like, we love our retirees, and they are some amazing folks. So if you have recently retired and you're looking for somewhere and what to do with your time, we would gladly invite you into our retired association. So we have a lot to be happy about. We have my favorite thing to be happy about is our 30 free minutes of duty-free, or what they call unencumbered time, for our elementary folks and special ed folks. We've been fighting for that for a long time. We are hearing that some districts aren't implementing it the way they should. We do have a help desk available for you, and we want to hear from you if you think something's not being followed correctly with that. We are excited about paternity leave for our new moms. We know a lot of our profession that deserves us. We have a young folks that would like to start a family, so we did a lot of work with that, and we're very excited about that. But it's not over yet. We know our members aren't happy with their contracts. We know they're not happy with their transfer policies. We know and we're excited about money. I mean, we have gotten 2 years of pretty substantial raises, especially if you were a minimally funded district. you have seen about a $5,000-$6,000 raise if you were in one of those 8 districts. But we have to be clear about that was only for 8 districts. So we want to make sure that everybody's feeling that in their pocketbook, especially our support staff. So we are a member-driven organization, and we are only as strong as our members and what our members are willing to volunteer and do. So I would invite all of our members to get involved. We have plenty of room for you. We have plenty of room in the SCA to get you involved in leadership. We have tons of committees at the local, state, and national level that we have had members go on our national committees as well. So I would just encourage you, one, if you're not a member, and often we'll hear people say one of 2 things. Oh, I didn't know I could be a member. I didn't know this was for bus drivers. I didn't know this was for secretaries. I didn't know I could be part of this. So you can be part of this. Everyone in a school setting can be part of this. And the second part is no one asked, or I've been meaning to do it, or I'll say, oh yeah, I've known I'm supposed to do this for years. I just never took the time to do it. Well, there's no better time than now to go ahead and get your membership active and get with us and start doing the great work of us. So we also have, not with us tonight, we do have a legislative team that will be gearing up for January when legislative session starts. So we want you to look out for our action alerts and make sure that you take action with your legislators. But it's also never too early to build a relationship with your elected officials. Now, send them a note, tell them how your school year was, send them a note and thank them for the duty-free time and thank them for the raise that they gave money to your district. So it's always good to be positive with them. And we also have a help desk. So anytime you need any worksite problems are arising, don't wait until it's too late. Go ahead and get in her system and get in the queue for her to help you. So then I'm going to stop talking now and leave you with a poem that I've been going around and tuning, because you guys, teaching is the greatest profession ever. I mean, you control your day. I mean, you control your schedule to some degree on what you do. Every day is different. Like, it's not a boring desk job in a factory, or it's not a boring desk job at a, anywhere. It's you control this, and it's amazing. So I remember I had some great days teaching, and sometimes you would have some not so great days teaching, and sometimes it came back to me. And I think we've all had those positive role models. If anybody wants to put in the chat those great teachers you remember, and then I don't want to call out him for being a bad teacher, but sometimes we've had teachers that we want to make sure no kid ever experiences that again. So I just want to read this poem and then I will turn it over to our amazing staff, and they're going to tell you about the fantastic things that they have going on for you. And please always give them a shout out. It says, I've come to the frightening conclusion that I'm the decisive element in the classroom. It is my personal approach that creates the climate. It is my daily mood that makes the weather. As a teacher, I possess a tremendous power to make a child's life miserable or joyous. I can be a tool of torture or an instrument of inspiration. I can humiliate or humor, hurt or heal. In all situations, it is my response that decides whether a crisis can be escalated or de-escalated. And it is me who decides if a child can be humanized or dehumanized. So in these rough times of back to school, please remember the power you have over children as a teacher, and please have power with and not power over. And we can all do this together because we are truly stronger together. So thank you, Todd, and thank you to our staff and everyone listening. I will be here for whatever you need.
That's a really great quote, Sherry, and thank you so much for all of your thoughts and your leadership, and you mentioning that that we are the only organization in the state where when you join us, you're joining at the national, the state, and the local levels, and it's of critical importance for us to be advocating at all 3 levels because we know that policies coming out of DC make their way to our classrooms. Obviously, legislation coming out of Columbia. And then, of course, the stuff that's coming from the district office. So if you're not advocating at all 3 levels, you're missing something really, really important. And we're the only association doing that. And I'm proud to be a part of it and proud to be aligned with you, Sherry. And thank you so much for your leadership.
Can I just throw one more thing in there? I'm not quite my 10 minutes. Because I was very late to political advocacy. I was one of those teachers that just wanted to shut my door and teach science. I didn't probably know who my legislators were. I probably didn't at one point know who the governor was. And that's shameful on me. So if you have never voted, if you have never contacted a legislator, if you are coming into the political game late, as I did, it's okay. It's okay. Don't be embarrassed. There is time to catch you up, and we will get you where you need to be. But no longer can teachers just shut their door and worry about their content. No longer can we not vote. No longer can we not stay engaged with the political world around us, because those folks are making the decisions about what happens in our classroom. So please turn yourself into a political junkie, get registered to vote, make sure your neighbors are registered to vote, and pay attention in January when we start sending our political alerts out to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Sherry. All right. We are going to bring in our UniServe director. So for those of you who don't know, we divide the state up into UniServe districts, and we have 3. There's the upstate, the Midlands, and the Low Country. And so our first UniServe director we're going to talk with tonight is Melody up here in the upstate. And I'm actually coming from the upstate as well. I'm in Greenville tonight, in your neck of the woods. Melody, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful, thanks.
So tell us about what some successes you've had, and what your vision is for this year in the upstate of South Carolina.
Absolutely. Well, before I get to that, I want to say, if I have not met you out there, I am Melody. I am the Upstate UniServe Director for the SCEA. This is starting my 11th year working for the SCEA. I am a former music educator, so teaching is still within my heart, and I love helping especially early career educators with classroom management strategies, with lesson plan support, whatever it is you need. I absolutely love that. I also have a 6-year-old who is starting first grade this year. And so I am very active in the schools all the time for that. So that was a little bit about me. My area spans pretty much all the counties above I-20. So if you're in any of the counties above I-20, you're probably in my area, and I would love for you to please join my Upstate Educators Facebook page so that we can connect and continue to network after this live stream. So to answer your question, we've had a lot of successes in the upstate area. Our membership growth has been out of this world. I have met some fantastic educators who are so empowering for our profession. And if anybody has seen the Cassie Moore videos out there, that is my president for Oconee County. She is a fantastic resource, and I absolutely love working with her. If you're in the Greenville area, Terrell Brown is your president for Greenville. We recently did a podcast event in Greenville where we also talked about like homeless students and trying to get affordable housing here in Greenville, because one of the studies that we noticed was that teachers couldn't live in Greenville. The teachers in Greenville couldn't live in Greenville because it was too much. So we listened to our members, and when we heard that issue and we saw that study, we went to work on that. We brought in expert panels from all walks of life, from our affordable housing unit to United Way. We had public education partners on there. We had our school board members on there, and we had a really authentic conversation about what we can do to change that trajectory in Greenville. And it's been a very meaningful conversation. And as a result of that, we've been able to get increased pay. We've been able to really elevate teachers' voice in the upstate area. And we're just really excited about the momentum that has started up here. If you are in Spartanburg, Jeffrey Lamb is your president in Spartanburg, and we would love, love, love for you. If you are not yet a member of the Spartanburg County Education Association and the SCEA and the NEA, we would love for you to join. We definitely want to get some stuff going on in Spartanburg this year. There are already some things that we want to cheer you on for, and there's also some things that we've heard that we want to help support you as we make public education and these schools the kind of schools that these kids deserve to learn in, and the kind of schools you deserve to work in. I will be personally visiting your schools in the upstate area. So if you have not received an email communication from your principal saying, hey, Melody from the SCEA is going to be here next week, please reach out to me. Please talk to your principal. I would love to come and treat your faculty and staff to some treats and get to know you a little bit better and see how we can support you. Also with Spartanburg, I want to put this out there. If you are in the Spartanburg area, September 21st, it's a Thursday. I believe we're starting at 6:30 at RJ Rockers. We're just going to have a back to school bash. So come on out. It's just a social time. It's nothing stuffy or anything. Come and just get to know your fellow educators who are members of the SCEA, and get to know your president, and I will be there as well. So just come have a great time with us. And we'll be having other events in the upstate area. Those are in the works right now, but I wasn't able to share those dates right this second, but they are in the works. So keep a hold of your email. Join the Upstate Educators Facebook page, because I will be posting those events as well. So I want to end with a quote that I heard when I was in middle school. And it got me through some tough times then and tough times when I was a teacher. And, every time, you just have things that come up in life. And it's always good to just remember where you've been and where you're going. So here's the quote: "Smooth sailing does not make skillful sailors." If you think about that, if every single thing that we have ever approached in our life was super easy, then we would have learned nothing from that, because it would have just been easy and it would just come to us. But the more that you have rough seas and the more that you have to sail through those rough seas, the more experience and the more expert you get when you go sailing. So in the way with teaching, sometimes it feels like rough sailing out there. And I want you to just keep going, because you're going to grow into a skillful sailor. And when you need help, the SCEA is there for you. I am there for you. My office is based in Greenville, but I will drive wherever I need to go to support you. We provide that doorstep service. So thank you so much for having me on. I would absolutely love for y'all, again, to join the Upstate Educators Facebook page and get to know you a little bit better. Thank you.
Awesome. And you can see, everybody can see the link for that. Just go to facebook.com/groups/the SCEA Upstate. Melody, thank you for everything you're doing to build our movement in the Upstate. It's always great to work with you. Good to see you, and I hope you have an awesome week.
Thanks. You too, Todd.
All right. So I love that. I love what Melody said. We go through these tough times as educators, and sometimes we go through smooth waters, and then all of a sudden something happens in our personal lives or something professionally that's difficult. And it's so much easier to get through those times when we're unified and we're together and we have a support system. And that's really what the SCEA is about. You'll hear us say stronger together all the time. And that's because it is true that human beings, when we collaborate and support each other and we're there to lean on each other, it helps us through those tough times. And helps make things a little bit easier. And it's always great. It's a great feeling to support other people too. And let's move to our second UniServe director, Keneal Cornell. Keneal is our UniServe director for the Midlands. How are you tonight, Keneal?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much for putting this together. It's so nice to put my face to my name, because sometimes I don't get to see everybody face to face. So it's great to be here.
Yeah, it was so great to be in Conway last week. For those who don't know, we did a what's called a blitz in Conway last week, and we picked up a ton of new members. And Horry County is one of the fastest growing. Richland's one of the fastest growing counties in the country, in the entire country. And that's a credit to you and all the hard work that you put in, Keneal, to get out there and recruit and to meet with our members and show them the support and the value of membership. Talk a little bit about what's going on in the Midlands this year and some of the successes you've had.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know me, I am Keneal Cornell. I taught second and third grade for 6 years, and I am the mother of a 3-year-old who is starting public school this year. She's going to be in Richland 1 in a Montessori program, so we're super excited. Just got to meet the teacher night, and she's eager to learn. So that's what I'm doing in my free time. And we had an amazing lobby day this past year. In the Midlands, we get to be Edgefield all the way over to Horry County. Those are all my counties that are straight right across the center of the state. And we all had members from all over the state that came to share their voice, to show up in red, to advocate for public education. And we know that we are one of the only states in the nation that have an education subcommittee with no educators that sit on it. So your voice in these spaces are so important, because unless you are able to step up and speak up to create the change you want to see with us, there's no other space to do it. no one's listening unless you take that step to become a member of your union, to stand up together collectively so that we really can have the voice that we deserve, because you all are the professionals. You know what's going on the ground with your students every day. And the only way we can get people to listen is if we stand up collectively to really create that space. And that, there's been a void. There really has been. And that's why I think we're seeing this explosive amount of growth right now with the SCEA, because we're starting to vocalize, we're starting to come together, we're starting to see the advocacy and our victories. If you go to thescea.org/victories, you can see some of the things just in the last couple of years that we've been able to accomplish together. So Lobby Day was a huge hit. Like you said, we had an Horry County Blitz, which was, we brought UNISERV directors from all over the country just to learn and train right here in South Carolina. And they were so passionate to get out and listen. I mean, really listen to people all over Horry County, what it is you're going through, what it is you're passionate about. How can we plug you in so that you find the space that you really want to be in, where you belong, because that's what we're all about. And so our members are always put at the forefront of everything, because this is your association, not ours on staff. We don't have a voice here. We amplify yours. So like you said, huge success. We had nearly 100 new members in one day, which was absolutely phenomenal. Richland County right now is the largest county in the entire nation for growth. And then Horry County's in the top 10. So this is, I mean, y'all, we're doing it. We're coming together. If you haven't got to meet your local president yet, we have Monica Snell is in Richland County. We have Ellen Heatley in Calhoun County. We have Chris Skipper in Marion County. We've got Corey Porter in Horry County. Greater Lexington, all of our Lexingtons come together to make Greater Lexington, and that is Beth Gettings. We have Lexrich 5 has their own education association, and that's Peter Luzon. We also have Florence, who is Shamir McRae. I'm not sure, hopefully I didn't miss anyone off the top of my head. I know Thomas Slater is doing really great leadership work over in Sumter right now, but we need you to get involved. We need your voice. We need your advocacy. We had some really great opportunities with committees that are coming up. If you haven't plugged into a committee in your local, go ahead and get plugged in at your state. There's also opportunities at the national level to get plugged in on committees. So if you want to travel the country and be a voice in that space, you absolutely have that opportunity with us. I want to give a big shout out to John Huggins over in Florence. He and Angelica McDonald just did a great, fantastic social. Shout out to Dana Howe as well for getting some support from the community around that. But they did this awesome opportunity at Mama D's Cafe where it was a get to know the SCEA and FCEA. And so they got to sit with members and potential members and just kind of break down walls and barriers and have real conversations with people. So thank you so much, John, for putting that together. We had a huge back to school Fireflies baseball night where we invited members, potential members, and their family. So funny thing was they told us, hey, you guys have 120 tickets. 300 people later, we showed up. So it was, wow. Everyone had a great night. We did not anticipate that 300 people plus would be ready to show up to celebrate with us back to school with their family. But we bought their tickets, we paid for meals, we mixed and mingled. So many people joined that night, and it was just such a phenomenal space to be in. So thank you to everybody who participated and showed up for that. We also have something that we do every year, and that's the state fair. So we're going on our third year now in a row where educators all over the state have been able to donate their books to the SCEA. So thank you, everyone who's donated, because we have a whole room full of books. And those books we're going to take them to the state fair, and we're going to give them away to every child who walks away. Anybody who comes up, say, hey, do you have a favorite public school employee? It could be a bus driver, a teacher, a custodian, anybody. And then just write them a cute note or draw them a picture. We will mail it to those people who get get the cute, sweet notes from the students. And then those kids can come in and pick any books that they want from our library. And we make sure everybody knows these are from members, the SCEA. These are from teachers that are giving back to the community. And the community, they love to participate in this. It's fun. We give away balloons and books, and it's a great experience every year at the South Carolina State Fair. So again, if you have any books to donate, feel free to send them our way. That's not until mid-October, but we're always collecting books. We did 3 classroom supply stores back to Florence 1, Richland 1, and Richland 2 led us to do this year. We were able to give away classroom supplies to all the new hires in their district. They just got to come up, talk to us, and go shop for free. Again, donations. So thank you so much to all the members who were able to make donations from classroom supplies. We want to see you at the next event. So we've got 2 coming up. One is in the Midlands area. It's Thursday, August 31st at Bad Boys Cafe, 4:30 to 6:30, and it's an educator's rights dinner. So come learn about what are your rights as an educator, how can you advocate, and what we can do to support you, and ask all the questions that you have in that time. We'll also buy you your dinner that night. You don't have to be a member to come. Potential members are welcome as well. And then Saturday, September 9th, we have a power hour training in the PD area in Conway at the library. That is for leadership training in the SCA. So if you're interested in leadership, being a worksite representative, we're going to learn about crucial conversations. When it's really hard to have a conversation, how do we navigate that? And then we have the Horry County tailgate, Thursday, September 27th. All of these things can be found at the scea.org/events. So I love the time I've got to share. Thank you so much. I have been in buildings doing True Colors trainings, classroom management trainings. We've already been in building visits. So definitely invite me out to your space. If you go to the scea.org/Midlands visit, you can see my availability and schedule me to be in your building for a variety of reasons: training, luncheon, just the time to come in and check in. So go ahead and feel free to schedule us in the Midlands area. We can't wait to see you. And again, thank you all for everything that you do. And if you're not a member, please don't wait anymore. Please don't wait until something's happened, because you belong now. You belong today. So go ahead to join the scea.org, or you can text join to 48744 and become a member at no cost until September. Thank you so much.
Awesome, Keneal. Thanks so much. And I appreciate you bringing up our professional learning, because that's such an important piece of what the SCEA does. And part of that's through our Center for Educator Wellness and Learning. And anybody who's watching, anybody who works in a public school, all you have to do is go to the COOL website, and that's cool.us, CEWL.us. There's a form on there. You fill out the form, the email comes to me, and within a few business days, I'll have a response to you. We can connect you up with Keneal, who can do the True Colors and classroom management stuff. We've got Dr. Marcella Wine-Snyder, who just came on over the summer, who is an all-star. I'm so thankful for her being on our staff. She can do things. We've got so much talent across the board on our staff. Lots of people who can do lots of things. I can do stuff on wellness, mindfulness, trauma-informed practices, technology sessions. So there's so much that we have to offer, and it's all 100% free to our public schools in South Carolina. All we ask is the opportunity to come and share. So thank you, Keneal, for all you're doing, and congratulations on all the success you've had, leading the country in Richland. And I think Horry County is going to catch up, my home county, soon. So thanks, Keneal. Let's move on to our third UniServe director, and that is Alana Ward. Alana Ward, down in the Low Country. Alana, how are you doing tonight? I think you're muted. Let's unmute.
Thank you.
There we go.
Now I'm great. How's everybody else?
Good. So what's going on down in the Low Country? What are you excited about this year?
Well, guys, first I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Alana Ward. I say that I am by profession an English teacher. I taught English from middle school to 12th grade, and I taught until 2021. I began teaching in 1996. So, for those of you who are counting, it was a really long time. But I'm so glad that I'm able to serve right now as a UniServe director. I knew that upon leaving the classroom, I wanted to help educators. I wanted to, use my voice to help public education be the best that it could be. And I believe that I'm in the right place now at the right time. And so I'm just grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful for our members. I'm grateful for their zeal for public education. And I just love lending my time and my talents to helping them be successful. So one of the things that I always tell people is that UniServe, it's kind of a catch-all phrase. It means anything, universal services. So anything that a member needs, that's what we're here for. And so I heard my colleagues talk about professional developments that they're doing and trainings for local leaders and, events that they have. Those things go on across the state. So I'm not going to be redundant and, talk about all those things again in the lower state. Just know that they're happening. School site visits, professional development, anything that is involved with supporting educators, that's what we do. So one thing that I love that we are doing down here is we are very focused on the freedom to read in Berkeley County, in Beaufort County, even a little bit in Dorchester County. We are seeing that the freedom to read is being attacked. Local librarians are across the state having to defend their choices in materials. And so that's something that has come to a head in some of the counties that I just mentioned. And we are working diligently to support educators so that they know that this is something that we also believe in, that we believe in a child's right to read, period. And so these are some things that are on the forefront. We have some collaborations with the ACLU, the Freedom to Read Coalition, and we are looking for educators who want to lend their voice to this cause. We have some opportunities coming up very soon. Anybody who wants to talk to me a little bit further, you can reach out to me. My email address is award@thescea.org. So that's just one of the things that we're looking at. I know NEA, our national component, has some things that they have planned, especially in October. October has been designated by our NEA president as an emphasis on the freedom to read. So look forward to more things coming down the pike in your local and state areas about the freedom to read and how you can become more involved, how you can lend your voice. One of the things that's happening in Charleston County is we're collaborating with the district. We're collaborating with Project 82 because 82% of African American students in Charleston County are reading below grade level. And so we just recently had a book blackout. We furnished so many little libraries across Charleston County with books. We gave away books to young people. We highlighted authors. We, just zeroed in on the importance of every child having a book. Because sometimes, unfortunately, children don't have books at home and they don't have that emphasis on the importance of reading. One thing that I shared at the book blackout was that my grandmother used to say that if it's in here, they can't take it away from you. And one way we get it in here is through proper education, but also through reading. And so we want to foster a love of reading among the young people that our educators serve. Another thing, definitely we do have some events coming up. We have 2 events coming up in Beaufort County. We have an ice cream social coming up in Aiken. I'm looking forward to having some yummy ice cream in Aiken County on next Thursday. But all of these events, and we have some events coming up in Berkeley, Charleston, and Dorchester. I believe that they've collaborated and they've got some some mega events coming up really soon. But all of those events are on the scea.org/events. You can not only see those events in your area, you can also sign up for those events. And the last thing that I want to focus on that we are really digging deep in the Low Country is self-care. I just had the opportunity to present at Charleston County's Great Teachers, Great Leaders Conference, and we focused on the importance of promoting retention and longevity through self-care. And so we took a moment to kind of step back and say, what's the support system that I'm going to be able to build as an educator that will help me to stay here and be my best for my students? And so one of those things in our support system is not only that we have, good colleagues that we can talk to, but it's that we join an organization that looks to support us, that we join an organization like the SCEA that has our back. And we do that before things get tough. So we know that we have people that we can call on. We know that we have people that have our back, who've been there, who've done what we're doing, and who can help make that process easier for us. So if you have not had the opportunity to join, if no one has asked you, I want to ask you right now, take a moment, join the SCEA, www.thescea.org/join. It's scrolling right now. And you can take this opportunity to join an organization that is not only concerned with having you as a member, but we're concerned with helping you to be the best that you can be for your students, because your working conditions are a child's learning conditions. So we want them to have the best, and you are the best. And we want to help you to achieve your best self, professionally and personally.
Awesome. Alana, thank you for everything you're doing, everything from the work on censorship to self-care to just all the events you have going on and all the support that those Low Country educators are getting from you. Thank you for everything you're doing. We really appreciate you. All right. That's Alana Ward. So I want everybody who's watching this, hear my words. If you are a member, my challenge to you is to go out this week and find someone in your building who's not a member and invite them into membership. Bus driver, custodial worker, your administration, your colleagues on your hallway. Go out and find a new member this week. And if you're not a member, I encourage you to go to the website at the bottom of the screen at jointhescea.org, or you can text the word 48744. The word join to 48744. And you can become a member of our movement and not pay any dues until September. And why? Why are we building this movement? I talked a little bit earlier about the word solidarity this week. And when I go across the state, and I've been across the entire state over the past month and a half, recruiting and talking to educators, solidarity is an important word for us to understand. What is happening to an educator in Greenville or Richland or Charleston or Allendale or Horry County or Dillon or Greenwood, no matter where you are in the state, what's happening to those teachers is important to all teachers in South Carolina. And we've got to start thinking about in terms of the word solidarity, being together, having each other's backs, because I may have it good in my building. I may have a great administration and a very supportive work environment. But if a teacher across the state doesn't, that is my issue as well, because I care about all public educators in South Carolina. If a bus driver in another part of the state isn't being paid well and is being exploited, we need to circle the wagons around that person. It's all about supporting each other, because the working conditions and the wages that other people experience, if we allow people to get away with exploitation, with bad wages and bad working conditions in other parts of the state, it's only a matter of time before that comes to your part of the state. So solidarity is one of the big reasons why we're building this movement. And we are the only organization in the entire state of South Carolina where when you join us, you're joining The NEA, the largest labor union in the United States, 3.2 million members across the country. And so people say, well, why should I care about the country? Well, No Child Left Behind, Race to the Top. Where did those come from? They didn't come from Columbia. They came from Washington, D.C. So if we are not advocating at the national level for national policy, if we are not connecting with folks from other states, we can only have solidarity in this state. We have to have solidarity not just in the state, but across the country. But of course, the SCEA is very much focused on what's happening in the state because that affects your wages and your working conditions. But it also is very important that we organize at the local level. So your local association is really, really important to develop and to get stronger, because we need each school building to have a leader and a rep. We need to have them organize at the school level and then start to coordinate and organize at the district level and then at the state level and then across the country. If we do this, if we build this kind of movement from the bottom up and we come together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. We can improve our wages. We can improve our working conditions. We can improve the resources that our students need. Together, collectively, that's what we believe in at the SCEA. We believe in union. We believe in collective action. Other organizations don't believe in that. In fact, they were founded to stand up against that. It's time to turn the page and to become a part of one movement together, unified as educators across the state of South Carolina to move our public education system forward. I believe we can do that. I want to thank everybody who was a part of our live stream tonight. Our president, Sherry East, our UniServe directors, Melody, Keneal, and Alana. Thanks so much. Todd Jake is in the background, and people don't see him, but he is an amazing leader. We're so thankful to have Todd. Thankful for Sherry's leadership, and thankful for you, our members, for all you're doing. And I want to share just a couple of things that we have coming up that are really exciting. We have built something called the C3 Collective, or the Cool Content Creators, and you may have seen some of that stuff come out this week. Pete Stone has released a video. It already has like 10,000 views on teaching bell to bell and why that might not be such a good thing. Steve Newsom is going to be writing some blog posts for us on a regular basis. Cassie Moore, who you saw her name pop up in the comments a lot tonight, has been producing a wonderful series called Cool Books, which is a regular video on and where she talks about books that have been banned, reads either the whole book or excerpts from the book. We've got some content coming up from Nurin Willis, who's part of our LGBTQ ad hoc committee that we just developed, and she's going to be focusing her programming on LGBTQ issues and intersectionality. Kat Lowe down in the Low Country is going to be doing some work with us. Alex Del Castillo has already done some really cool TikTok videos. If you haven't had a chance to check out our TikTok channel, please do that. Angelica McDonald and Dr. Marcella Weinsnyder and I are going to be starting a podcast that's going to come out. Our first episode comes out this week, and it is called Cool Beans. So it's coming out Tuesday from 7 to 7:30. Make sure you catch the premiere episode of that. And we've got some other surprises. I don't want to give away all of it now, but some other surprises coming up. But what I'm asking everybody to do, when you see that content on your Facebook or Twitter or wherever you see it, repost it, share it, comment, like it, and help us spread the message, because what we're trying to do through that work is to change the narrative, change the culture here for educators in South Carolina. We can do that by coming together and reposting and sharing that content. I want to also share some other things we have coming up at the Center for Educator Wellness and Learning. On August 29th, Jed Derryberry, who many of you in the Spartanburg area and across the state know who he is, he's going to be doing a session on The Playful Classroom, which is a book that he wrote. That's August 29th from 7 to 7:30. If you are interested in learning more about student debt relief, Guy Kendall Freese is going to be doing a session with us on August 30th from 7 to 7:30. And our member advocacy specialist, Sherilyn Allen, is going to be doing a session with us on August 31st, 7 to 7:30. So bring your questions to that. We're going to take a tour of the SCEA website with our public affairs specialist, Heaven Hale, and our senior communications person and former public affairs specialist, Colleen O'Connell. And thank you, Colleen, for tuning in tonight. And then on September 21st from 7 to 8 p.m., we've done all kinds of work around book banning and censorship. We did a panel discussion at CCU. There's going to be another panel discussion coming up. And we also were awarded by the American Association of School Librarians. I think that was the name of the group. They awarded us and noted all the work that we're doing to advocate for the freedom for people to read and access books. But we wanted to bring on Cassie Owens-Moore and Michelle Spires, who are both school librarians here in South Carolina, to have a conversation about what school librarians are facing and in terms of censorship and book banning. And then the last thing I wanted to share with you, if you haven't had a chance to sign up for the workshop, Jed is going to do a full day workshop with us on September 30th from 10 to 4 at the SCEA headquarters. He's going to be exploring the science of learning and play, and everybody who comes is going to get a signed copy of the Playful Classroom, and I'm sure he'll be happy to sign. He will sign that copy for you. So make sure you make plans to do that. To check that out. And you can find about all of that stuff on the Cool website at cool.us, that's CEWL.us. One final thing, and I do want to get to all the comments. Thanks to everybody for tuning in tonight. Just a final thing. Look at the bottom of the screen. We are the movement. This is the time. This is the place. And this is the movement. I have no question. We have so much momentum. Hundreds and hundreds of new members have joined our movement because they understand and see what we're standing up for, the values that we stand up for, the work that we're doing, that we're putting in every day to make the lives of educators better. Paid parental leave, planning time, better wages, better working conditions. We're constantly fighting for that. And we need you to be a part of that movement to make those efforts stronger. So thank you for everybody who tuned in tonight. We appreciate you. We love you. We hope you have an amazing year this year with students. The final thing is, this is a movement built on love. It really is. It's a movement built on love. And we love you. And we would love for you to be a part of what we're trying to build. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And we'll see you on the next live stream on the podcast this Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Take care.